Suddhananda divyaistavai Vedai Sangavadakramopanishadai Gayandiyam Samagaha Yanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Shandiyam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidusra Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Okay, verse number 18 onwards. Udara sarva evaite Jnani tvatmaiva me matam Astitasya yuktatma Mamevānuttamām gatim Bahūnām janmanām ante Jnanavān mam prapadyate Vasudeva sarvamiti Samahatma sudurlabha Bahūnām janmanām ante Jnanavān mam prapadyate Vasudeva sarvamiti Samahatma sudurlabha. So, as we see, Bhagavan Krishna here describes the 4 types of people. As I told in the morning class, that is not 4 types of people, but 4 different people. The same person himself sometimes can be artha, overtaken by situations, disadvantages, helplessly cries out for help. The same person sometimes artharthi, desirous of greater prosperity, greater comfort, asks for certain favor. Again the same person, as the maturity comes in, becomes matured, jigyasu, wants to know what this God, the truth, is all about. And ultimately, jnani tu atmevata, when he knows himself, when the jigyasa, this questioning, finds its fulfillment in the answer within himself, he becomes a jnani. Jnani means, as we have seen it already in the 2nd chapter, jnani means one who knows about himself. Usually, traditionally, when you say jnani, even though vernacular language also they use the word jnani, very learned person, Atma Jnana, when you get, you are a jnani. When you know about yourself, other things can make you a scholar. That is why there is a difference between jnani and shastri. Listen very clearly. One who shastram janati, shastri, who knows all the details about the scripture. He knows all the details about the scripture. Scriptural information he has got. Somebody knows physics, physicist, knows mathematics, mathematician, knows a history, historian, doesn't know anything about himself. Tired of physics, chemistry, mathematics, history, geography, the person now comes to suppose study scriptures. Then he becomes familiar with the scriptures, the I, the individuality, who had gained a solid identity with the study of physics, chemistry, mathematics to become physicist, historian, mathematician, zoologist, all that. Now the same I, the individuality, picks up the informations and scriptures. When he studies the Shastra, it becomes a Shastri. Only when he knows about himself, one word I, aham pratyaya gochara, the meaning of the word I, he becomes a jnani. So there is a huge difference between a jnani and a Shastri. One who studies the Shastra, becomes familiar with the scriptures, that person is Shastri. The person who knows about himself, jnani. That is why you can see Mirabai, Andal, Surdas, Kabirdas, maybe your Tirunavakarasu, all these Tiruyana Samandar, they were not PhD from the university. They might not have studied Sanskrit, they might not have known anything, but they are all jnani. Because the person knows about himself. Unconsciously do not succumb to that idea that the person who knows Shastras knows himself. He knows Shastra. He knows something about himself, but not himself. There is a difference between your picking up the idea about yourself. Atmas are all like a philosophy student. The philosophy student can, or a philosophy professor can write down everything about philosophy. What is this philosophy, that philosophy, believers, non-believers, existentialism, Jainism, Buddhism, all these things he knows. But the person doesn't know anything himself. So he is proud of this information, calls himself philosopher, calls himself a thinker, calls himself an informed person, a pandit, a learned scholar. But there is no fragrance of living. The person doesn't know anything about himself. Because one thing is having the information on everything, but then another thing is being with one's own self. So jnani is one who knows only one word, aham. Other things fit into that knowledge. That is why this knowledge is so easy. 9th chapter, when you see that, you shall see, Bhagavan will say so beautifully, Rajavidya, Rajagviham, Pavitram, Idam, Uttamam, Pratyaksham, Avagamyam, Dharmyam, Susukham Gartum. It's the royal knowledge, the king among the knowledge, because every other knowledge is valid if you know or is known. If you are a drunkard, whatever action you do, invalid. If you are knowing about yourself, your every action, your speech matters. And the person is talking under the spell of anger, hatred, jealousy, you ignore the fellow. Because he is not talking. Anger is talking. Jealousy is talking. Hatred is talking. When the person is aware of himself, Rajavidya. And Susukham Gartum, very easy to get. Why? Only one thing you have to know about yourself. In everything, there is only you are alone there. How will you like? Yesterday somebody sent me a very nice, interesting joke. The Sardar was crying. Sardar was crying, very, very bad. He was crying because his father died. So Sardar is crying, very miserable, crying. Suddenly in between, he raised his voice. Suddenly raises his voice. Then a friend who was present there asked, what happened? Why are you suddenly raising your voice? My sister phoned up. What happened? Her father also died. Now why are you laughing? Why are you my sister phoned up. Her father also died. Now why are you laughing? It's stupid, no? Because both are one, right? Now why don't you laugh at yourself? The I who picks up the father's role, mother's role, husband's role, wife's role is one. But we cry for the father sometimes, a brother sometimes, a husband sometimes. You think you are smart? Think for yourself. You are paying unnecessarily compound interest. Learned scholar is like that, picks up all the information, argument. Oh, this is the Sanskrit, this is the derivation, this is this. People are mightily impressed. Have you come here for the taste in your scholarship or your wisdom? There's a huge difference between wisdom and scholarship. Scholarship is all about information, mighty information, flow of information. In wisdom, you live that knowledge, Live. Every moment you are happy with yourself, comfortable with yourself. Very much you are aware of yourself. What is true for you, true for everybody. You very clearly see for who, like, already we saw it in the verses where he says that, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Chaiva Sopakecha Pandita Samadarshina. Panditaha Samadarshina, one who sees sameness in all the beings. The I in me, the I there. The meaning of the word I in all of us, one and the same. Because ask that question, who are you? 5 billion people may be there, but everybody comes up with the same first word. Who are you? I am. The whole world will begin with that. There is no Christian I, Muslim I, Hindu I, European I, American I. There is no such term. Masculine I, feminine I. No, one I. Who are you? I. What is that? Same. Meanings you can add thereafter. Some other identities you can add. Yes, I am. Same. Then man, woman, rich, poor, old, young, sick, healthy, educated, uneducated, employed, unemployed. Thousands of roles. And doesn't matter what roles you play. If actor is a multimillionaire actor, now you're playing the role of a beggar or the richer than the richest person, makes no difference. Playing a role doesn't affect the actor. Life, in this huge drama of existence, each one of us continuously playing out a role. Roles picked up, roles dropped. Roles picked up, roles dropped. You don't get picked up, you don't get dropped. You are always with yourself. Jnani. Aware of himself, totally aware of himself. Knows very clearly who is he. Aware of himself. Understand? Such a person, Atmaiva Matam, hey Arjuna, he indeed is myself. Aham Sacham Amapriya. He loves himself, that I told you in the morning. Your path to the love divine, absolute love, passes through you. When you love yourself, you love everybody in this world. That is where comes your absolute self-confidence. You love yourself for who you are, and therefore you love yourself for what you have. Some people ask the question, how can I love myself for what I have? I am no power, I have poverty, no. Listen, or I am an ugly person, I am a small man, or this way, that way, my leg is like that, one shorter than the other. Hey, think that question for yourself. Please appreciate. At no time you can have any reason for lack of confidence. Do you know why? For whatever body you have, that is the best body in the world. Do you know why? It gives you access to the universe. Suppose your eyes are not long, can you not see? Which is more important, to see or to have a shapely eyes? Why do you need your eyes? To make it shapely or to see things? Why do you need your nose? You can be an Ashtavakra, like present day Ashtavakra, Stephen Hawkins, the professor in Cambridge. The person cannot even talk. Completely curled up inside a chair, fully mechanized, totally digital, mechanized, computerized. What he speaks also nobody understands, but the best brain after Einstein. His book, Brief History of Time, is going to be the classic for all times. Ashtavakra, he can't even speak. Ashtavakra, when he was, see that, because this is where comes your confidence. Don't say, I'm a short fellow, I'm a fat one. So, Is it a weight competition or an intelligence competition? When you go to your exams, when you go to this life, do you compete with your intelligence or with your leg and tail? Think of it. When Ashtavakra walked into the Janaka's court, this is a fantastic story, beautiful story. When Ashtavakra means the name means 8 bends. Person with 8 bends, his body like this way, that way, can't even walk, going around all the time. Totally deformed. So as he walked into Janaka's court, all the Pandits, the learned scholars, started laughing. He walks down with confidence, with whatever contortions. And Janaka, of course, pays his respect, and he tells Janaka, I had come here to see in your court Navaratna Pandita, the 9 jewels. I see there are only leather merchants here. Then Janaka was stunned. He said, why do you say they are all leather merchants? He said, they do not appreciate the mind. They are appreciating the bones and the skin and the bone. Confidence. I say, I'm small, I'm big, my eyes are like that, nose is like that. You know how much people spend on this nonsensical cosmetic surgery? You can straighten your nose, I told you, but you can be a crook inside. Physical, Mr. Universe, was such a dull and dud fellow. He's like that Mike Tyson. Massive fellow, but biting somebody's ear, no? Get it off. Would you like to be like that? No reflection on Mike Tyson. But what I'm telling is people, you can look anybody. Think of it. It makes no difference whatsoever. Some people now will go crazy. They will all dress up like Michael Jackson now. Like Elvis Presley and all that stuff. What happens to them? By dressing up like that fellow, will you become like a big singer or what? But this is where the imitation, understand? Beauty can attract. But thereafter, when you come across the core ugliness, you run away from it. Just like you go into the blue waters and the white sand, lovely Caribbean beaches. But as you go there, suppose somebody tells you, white sharks are roaming in the water. Will you go in? Nice, dense, green jungle. You were tempted to take a walk. Then somebody says, tigers are prowling there. Will you go inside the forest? Run away from it. Same thing. Beautiful exterior, lovely facade. Inside, there is tigers, shark, anger, hatred, jealousy. Immediately the face attracts you, body attracts you. You come in touch with the core, you run for your life. That is why you want to have confidence of that fantastic mind. The brilliance, absolutely brilliant. And that comes from this self-knowledge. Totally aware of yourself, who you are, and no more identifying it, what you have. If anything that you have, you are very proud of, that will go away. Or something will be better. Suppose I am proud of my body, that will be a better body. Or my body itself will be stupid after some time. Now it's very young and nice. After some time, toothless. Everything goes crazy. Or I see more beautiful person, I hate myself. You understand? You destroy yourself. You are proud of your car. Now there is a bigger car, you are dead. You are proud of your dog. Somebody has a better dog, you are finished. The moment you make yourself proud, understand, this is not a false confidence. Not knowing about yourself, about who you are. Like one fellow, he was a professor. Second Sardar, The professor, he was doing the examination. When there is exam, he was examining the student, biology class. Okay? And the professor asked, you see the leg and tell the name of the bird. See the leg, because they are just giving the legs. You see the legs and tell the name of the bird. So he shows some leg. The Sardar said, don't know, teri yaad hai. Malum nahi hai? I don't know. Then the examiner said, You failed. What is your name? He said, okay, see my leg and tell the name. Intelligence are for a change, huh? So you can puncture somebody. Are you getting that? Suppose somebody is very smart, playing smart like that, See the leg and tell the name. All right, see my leg and tell the name. What do you know? What he means different, what he means is different. But you can always puncture somebody. If you have intelligence, you can puncture somebody. Like the fellow was asked, how many days begins with T? How many days begins with T? In a week, how many days begins with T? This other said, 2 days. What is that? Today, tomorrow. Now you are thinking Tuesday, Thursday. But he completely floored, said today, tomorrow. I said, all right. How many seconds are in a year? How many seconds are in a year? The Sardar thought 2 minutes and he says, 12. 12 seconds? 1 minute is 60 seconds? He said, yes. 1 hour, 3,600. Then 1 year, how can I have 12 seconds? He said, you don't know. January 2nd, February 2nd, March 2nd, April 2nd. 12 seconds. Correct, 2nd January 2nd. This is what? Please understand. These are all jokes, but conveys you the point. You can't play smart, understand. Anybody can puncture you. If things that you have, you are proud of, or the shirt that I have, the dress that I have, the shoes that I have, somebody can have a better shoe, better dress, better things. You are proud of yourself for who you are. And therefore, anything that you have is beautiful. This is my body. Why it is the best? My body. The food that I eat is the best. Why? It is on my plate. The food in your plate is much more meaningful than food in all 5-star restaurants around the world. Why? They are in the restaurant. They are not going to satisfy my hunger. The food that is on my plate satisfies hunger. Therefore, this food, best food. What is your dress? Best dress. Why? Well, I put it on. The shoes, that is the best shoes. But what happens today? Only Nike should do, just do it. Nike only. Reebok only. What nonsense. Whatever you can afford, that is the best. Then you will not kill yourself for a branded name. And if that gives you confidence, among the branded names, labels also, there are 10,000 rupee things, there are in a Ferrari, there are Ferrari, among the Ferrari also Ferraris are there. The top brand, the top line, the bottom line. Among the Mercedes, top one, bottom one. Or Lexus, top one, bottom one. What do you do? Where do you go? If your confidence level, please understand, you are passing on something. You are passing on your confidence to something, you are destroying yourself. Knowing about yourself who you are. And that is Ishvara. There is nothing other than God. When I see myself here, Sarvabhutastham Atmanam, Sarvabhutani Chatmani. That's self here, self there, self everywhere. Yomam Pashyati Sarvatra, Sarvam cha Mai Pashyati. One who sees himself everywhere, everything in himself, sees God everywhere, everything in God. Both one and the same. Jnani Atmaivatam. Arjuna, that person is myself. Sacha mama priya. Aham sacha mama priya. She is mine. I do not lose. Tasyaham na pranasyami. Sachamena pranasyati. He never loses hold on me. I never lose hold on him. He is so dear to me. I am so dear to him. He is so dear to me. Why? When a person loves himself, it's like loving the whole universe. Because you are in love with yourself. You fall in love with, you want to fall in love with something, somebody in the creation, you will fall in love with yourself. The whole universe will be excitement, absolute excitement. Every weather is fine, every condition is fine, everything as it is amazing. You are unstoppable. Inspiration level, infinity. You don't need to be inspired for a moment. Your living is in inspiration. Your living is in meditation. You don't need special reasons for it. Atmaivatam. Hey Arjuna, such a person, anutamam gatim, he astita yuktantakarana, always abides in himself, and that is the ultimate destination, jnani. Such person, bahunam jan. You want to be like that? Okay, don't worry. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyate. Vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sadurlava. Who is this jnani? Jnanavan mam prapadyate. One who finds me, one who finds himself, finds me. And he recognizes Vasudeva sarvamiti. Vasudeva, the word, means not Krishna. As I told you, Krishna form. But Krishna, Vasudeva, they all mean the absolute. Like Rama, Ramanat, Rama iti Prahu, where everybody revels, that is the absolute. Every name has like that. Immediate meaning, absolute meaning. That is why in this tradition, you give the children the name of the gods, name of the truth. So that when they understand their name, they understand the absolute. Vasudeva. What is Vasudeva? Vasayati sarvaniti vasu. That which accommodates everything. The space accommodates everything. Consciousness pervades the space. Dyatanatmakam Devam, that is the light of lights, which accommodates everything and light of lights. The sun is shining because your eyes are shining. Your eyes are shining because your thought is shining. The thought is shining because you shine. You shine because you shine. There is no reason. And that consciousness everywhere. Vasudeva. Krishna, and that is Krishna. Akarsati iti Krishna, which attracts everything towards itself. What is that attracts everybody? Please see that point. What is that something which attracts everybody? There is no such thing in this universe which attracts everybody. Only one thing attracts everybody, himself. Everybody loves himself. In that love, there is no variation. Because anything you love, it is because it gives you the security or happiness. Don't say, no, I love food. You love food. You love food only when the food gives you health. If the food gives you disease, you dump it. Why do you cut off sugar, sweet, after you get the high sugar? Because you love your health, love yourself better than the food. You cut it off. You are sitting down on your brand new Ferrari and going for a spin, showing up to everybody with a mighty noise. As you stand near the red light, 3-4 fellow comes with the AK-47. Get out or dead. What's the say? Kill me, leave my car. You get out of the car, take it, go. Why? I love my car because it gives me security. If that becomes insecurity, take it and go. Give money or else dead. Take the money, leave me alone. Give your gold or else dead. Will you say, leave me gold, leave my gold, kill me? Take it, but leave me. Anything happens, you give up everything. But you don't want to pass. Everybody loves him. All that we have seen in your Tattvada classes, think of that. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Everything is dear to you, lovable to you, because you love yourself. Navare putrasya kamaya putra priya bhavati. Navare patyu kamaya pati priya bhavati. Navare jayaya kamaya jaya priya bhavati. Never pratisek the husband is loved, but it gives me support. Never for the sake of the wife is loved, but it gives me support, love, comfort. Never for the sake of the child is loved, because it gives me comfort. Never for the sake of anything is loved, because that something gives you comfort. The moment you discover the husband gives comfort to somebody else and not to me, divorce. The wife gives comfort to somebody else, not to me, divorce. The child becomes a drug addict, somewhere a criminal, you get off. Why? Because it makes you feel uncomfortable. You love yourself. Everybody is loved for the sake of, because you love yourself. Therefore, each person in love with himself. Yet, we live together. Why? Beautiful life, beautiful arrangement, convenience. Such a person, Akarsati Krishna. So everything that which attracts everything towards itself. Self-reality, your nature. Sarvamiti, in fact, everywhere. Samatma sudurla. Very difficult to come across. Why? Bahunam janmanamante jnanamanam. Here Arjuna, after many, many births, a person gets me. Now, the moment you listen to this, the lazy, the lethargic, the inefficient, what shall I say? I know it. This is true. Bahunam janman. I don't get it, this life, because Bahunam janmanamante. After many, many births, I'll get it. Watch out. When you say after many births, don't say after thousands or millions of different births. Please appreciate, in this life itself, every moment is a new birth. Every moment, because which second is your last second? Any second can be your last second. You can die now. You can drop dead this moment. It happened to a person. Almost 1979-80, there was a director of technical education, Madras, retired. He was attending classes. It's 30 years back. The person have all gone. And one day he comes to the class and gives me chocolate. Swamiji, chocolate. For everybody also. I said, why? He said, today is my second birthday. Please understand. I said, why? What is the occasion? Today is my second birthday. I said, what? What is second birthday? I had heard of second wife, second husband, second child. Second birthday? Swamiji, 3 years back, he told his incident. Me and my wife, my children are all out. They have gone somewhere. Me and my wife, retired life, sitting down. My wife is cutting the vegetable. I felt thirsty. Instead of asking her for a little water, I went up, opened the fridge and got the water. As I was opened the fridge, short circuit. And I am onto the fridge. Getting electrocuted. Can't even talk. As I am opening the fridge, I am getting short circuited. I can't even shout. A director technical education. Electricity has no respect for electricity engineer. It doesn't matter, you can be electricity minister. It makes no difference. It will catch you. And I am shaking. My wife, for no reason, suddenly looks at me. And intelligent that she is, switches off the main. I fall down. Survive. That is my second birth. Right or wrong? He could have been dead that day. So which moment you can die? Any moment. So how many births you have got in these during this life itself? How many times you are born? Every moment a newborn. Why? Because every experience gives you a new dimension. You are cheated as a friend, learn. You are cheated as a husband, cheated as a wife, cheated as a son, cheated as a PhD, cheated as a job owner. Oh my God, how many experiences? You are tired of role of every kind. Tired of being a son, tired of being a daughter, tired of being a husband, tired of being a worker, tired of being moneyed or rich, tired of being poor, tired of so many roles. Pursuing, chasing. You get tired of every role in life. And when you are tired of these things, you shall look for who you are. Bahunam janmanamante does not mean life after life. During one lifetime, you have million births. Give that meaning. That will be most beautiful. Traditional meaning is what? After birth, after birth. Yeah, that also you can say, so that even the idiot feels good. And of course, I have a chance too. Yes, everybody has a chance. But can you wait? Just because sometimes after many, many births I shall get it, shall you wait? Can you say, I will be happy after 10 years, therefore I shall suffer for next 10 years? Is there anybody intelligent like that? I want to be happy now and here. Here and now. Cannot wait. No postponement. Can you suffer it? Think of it. That is where comes your determination. Jigyasu, Viveki. There is no question of waiting for some time. The best moment is this moment. There is no better moment than this moment. Past is already gone. Future is yet to come. Now. I must see it now. This is Vivek. Bahunam janmanamante. Does not mean first you become a tiger, then I become a goat, then you become a rat, then you become a snake, then you become a monkey. Now among the human beings like this, then now I am understanding the truth. In wisdom, understand, please, in infinity there is no growth. Relative thing, there is growth. You can be a better artist, better painter in time, better cook in time, better driver in time. Your body can also be better strength, more strength. You can be losing also strength. There is gain and loss. In wisdom, the awareness, who you are, there is no growth. Na vardhate na kanyan. Ah, lovely. That is what in Vrudhanaka Upanishad will say. Na vardhate na kanyan. Neither it increases nor it decreases. Samam hi Brahma. Nirdoshami samam Brahma. It is flawless, absolute oneness. There is nothing other than it. Therefore, you see it anytime. Are you choosing to see? If you choose, it is there. If you don't choose, it's not there. Don't say, I am destined to choose. No. Only in self-knowledge, liberation, freedom, destiny doesn't work. Because you are not destined to be free. You are already free. So choose to be free. Don't say, I am destined to be free. Because who you are is not a karma phala. Anything that is a karma phala, you should have a destined to be free. But freedom is not a destiny. It is not something, result of an action already existing. It depends on your choice. Therefore, one who chooses, such a person, mam prapadyate, already there. You see for yourself. Can you postpone? Can you postpone? Somebody told me one day, Amiji, so many births, after sometimes, I said, don't worry about it. I am restless. I want now. What to do? Now. I want now. You want to be happy now or later on? Anybody? There is no later on. How are you so sure there is a later on? Better make use of the time now and here. I gave you that logic. Do you remember? There is no other moment in life now and here. Why? Because you may postpone. Now you are miserable. So you say, after 10 years in Himalayas, I will be very happy. This is known as postponement. After 10 years in Himalayas, I will be happy. You have postponed the problem. That does not make you happy. Makes you forget your unhappiness for some time. But situation comes and hits you on the head. And when you reach, think, you have postponed your journey. Say, happiness not now, after 10 years. Okay, when do you reach there in Himalayas? When there becomes here, you have reached it. When then becomes now, you have reached it in time. When there becomes here, you reached it in place. As long as Madras is there, you are away from it. When Madras is here, you have reached it. 10 o'clock is then, as long as you are not there. You reach it when the 10 o'clock becomes now. So you cannot reach then and there without making it now and here. So if now and here you are miserable, how on earth shall you ever be happy then and there? Because when you reach then and there, it becomes now and here. Can you postpone? There is no postponement. Now and here, solve your problem. So, bahunam janmanam, when you say, do not take it for granted that after many, many births, one day I shall get it. No, in this life itself, thousands of births. Every moment you are growing up in life, life teaches. Only trouble is we don't learn. You don't learn. You commit the same mistake again and again, again and again. That is why you take time. One who sees it, Bhagavan says, Samahatma Sudurlava. Hey Arjuna, such a person who sees himself and sees himself everywhere. Vasudeva Sarvam is Sarvatma Bhava. We have already seen. Sarvatma Bhava. That which is truth here, truth there, truth everywhere. Sudurlava. Such a Mahatma, very difficult to get. Meaning, rare. Rarity is not to mention, not to confirm the difficulty. It is because what it means, even though it is easy, depends what people choose. Next verses, 3 verses will tell you why it is difficult. Not because it is rare, but because people don't choose it. What do they choose? Read. You'll see fantastic verses. Not many people choose the wisdom. They choose something else. Read. Kamaistaistairutajnanaha prapadyante nyadevataha tam tam niyamamasthaya prakrutya niyata swayam yo yo yam yam tanum bhaktah shraddhayarchitumicchati tasya tasya chalam shraddham tameva vidadhamyaham sataya shraddhaya yuktah tasyaradhanamihate labhate cha tatah kaman mayyeva vihitan hitan kamaistaistairutajnanaha prapadyante nyadevataha tam tam niyamamasthaya prakrutya niyata swayam yo yo yam yam tanum bhaktah shraddhayarchitumicchati tasya tasya chalam shraddham tameva vidadhamyaham sataya shraddhaya yuktah tasyaradhanamihate labhate cha tatah kaman mayyeva vihitan hitan. Why is it so that many people do not get this knowledge? Not that the knowledge is difficult, not that it is something rare, because they don't choose. Let's see that. In this knowledge, there is no choice. Your being who you are, there is no choice. But what you have, there is a choice. What role you should pick up, should not pick up. What you should see, should not see. What you should hear, not hear. Touch, not touch. Smell, not smell. Taste, not taste. Whether the thought is coming up, to express the thought or not to express the thought. In all these there is a choice. Listen carefully. Whereas in your being yourself there is no choice. But because of ignorance, it is literally topsy-turvy. We think In suffering, there is no choice. Happiness comes and goes. We think in obsession, there is no choice. Freedom comes and goes. No, it's just the opposite. Happiness, you cannot escape. Unhappiness, there is a choice. You can choose to be with it, you need not be with it. Let it be there. Suffering or not suffering is your choice. We shall see that. Every time, unfortunately, people are deceptive. Like a person goes to a doctor. Simple thing you can take. Goes to a doctor and tells the doctor, gets the treatment from the doctor, and the doctor gives him a bill. He said, okay, doctor, give me the bill, $150 US. The person says, he is very, very difficult, $150 US is very tough time now, I cannot give that much. The doctor said, okay, give $100 and go. He said, that also is difficult, I have got 5 children, wife to feed, very difficult. 50, go. Very difficult, sir. Now this fellow is so, adamant, he brought the doctor down to $5. Then the doctor tells, look, you know I am a very, very super specialist. And I do charge heavily, everybody knows, you also know, because I am a super specialist. You know it. Why are you coming to me? You know what the person says? Doctor, when it comes to health, I am not tight with money. Now why are you laughing? Because the fool tells something, lives in a particular way. That is how the whole world is. Whole world. You look for things in wrong places. Like our, remember that little story of Mullah? Mullah went to, what is the wrong perception? You look for happiness in wrong places. The Mullah goes to the, what is that, big exhibition. Goes to a big city, big exhibition. And when he goes there, the big city, big exhibition, he goes there and then, starts looking at everything, and then there is also a fashion parade. Beautiful girls and boys, all their nice dresses, and everybody catwalk, that, walking and all that. Mullah sees and then comes back, then they say, hey, Mullah, what did you see? Oh, it's beautiful. Everything is wonderful, but every fellow is a cheat. They are frauds. Why? Because they promise something, they do something. So what is that? When I went there, I saw beautiful girls, lovely models. But they show the girls, they sell the dress. Now you know. Why? You say, Mullah is stupid. But what do they say? They promise you happiness, sell you goodies. What do you think people doing? Are you getting that point, please? They promise you happiness. Oh, I will make you happy. Then what? Eat the food. What? I'll make you happy. Give you a house as a gift. I'll make you happy. Give a hug. I'll make you happy. Give you a car. What? You said, give me happiness. What are you giving me car for? But person also is happy because we are all deluded. Because you have equated happiness with object. Therefore, who gives me object? Oh, darling, sweet, wonderful. And who doesn't give me things? Enemy number 1. Ayyo. The whole world is suffering with this obsession. Absolute deception. And therefore, what has happened? Everybody worships something else. Nobody wants himself, and therefore me. Kamei, kamei, kameistai hrutagyana. Read these 3 verses, it's amazing. It's a total portrayal of the modern times. Every time, human destiny. See the human beings. Kamei taitai hrutagyana. Taitai kameihi jnanam hrutam. By different types of desires. Desire for a sound, touch, taste, sight, man, woman, things, gold, diamond. How many things you should name? Billion things in this world. Each person has his own little obsession. Prapadyante anya devataha. They are worshipping them as deities. Don't see they worship other gods. Don't be religious. Wherever you find your happiness, that becomes your God. Why there are 33 crores of God? Because each God stands for an object. Think of it. Each God stands for an object. And what do you go for that? You go to that God for that object. I want that something. And totally obsessed with it. You worship it. Understand? You please take this language of obsession, language of worship. What do? Think of a person who is addict. What does he do? He worships the bottle. Take away the bottle, he'll shoot you. You like take away somebody's God, as even the fanatic will shoot you. You take away the bottle snatch the bottle from the drunkard's hand, he will shoot you. Take away somebody's car who is obsessed with a car. Take away somebody's painting who is obsessed with a painting. Whatever you are obsessed with, understand, for something, if you can kill somebody, you are obsessed with it. Think. Whatever something for which you don't mind even giving yourself up, blindly. Think. You'll get angry with everybody. You have kept your chocolate hiding somewhere and some fellow takes it away. You'll bring the roof down. Who stole my chocolate? Total obsession, bhakti, devotion to the object, same language you can use. And that object is your God. If you get it, what a relief. Where is the space for yourself? When you have so many obsessions, where is the space for yourself? Taitai kamei jnanam rutam. Knowledge is taken away. You lose sight of yourself. Why? One role overtakes you. I want a movie. Suppose I am desperate for a movie and my mother says, you cannot go. I hate you. True. Why? I love the movie. You want to bunk the class and your teacher says, you cannot bunk it. I hate this teacher. True. Because you love the walking on the street. Think of it. Don't say, Anya Devada Vasade, he worships Kutichadan. He's worshipping that god in a tree. He's a monkey. No. Don't worry. That has no meaning in this generation. This scripture is for all generations. Don't give an interpretation of this god, that god. How many gods you worship? Nobody worships God anymore. Money has taken over. Panchakshari mantra. Modern Panchakshari mantra is what? Old Panchakshari mantra is Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. 5. Modern Panchakshari mantra is M-O-N-E-Y. M-O-N-E-Y. M-O. Why? Money can purchase everything. No problem. Think of it. Obsession is like Devata. Just like somebody is devoted to a god, you are devoted to a bottle, devoted to a food, addicted to a sound or a touch or a taste or a smell. Anything. It can be food, it can be sex, it can be touch, it can be smell, it can be sight. Any sensation. You are totally addicted to it. And for that, you shall do anything. Why the crime rate is going high? Think, why the crime rate is going high? Well, I want that sensation at any cost. I want that food or taste or touch or smell or sight, that house, that car, that iPod. It just doesn't matter. And there are devotees and devotees. Now Michael Jackson dead. How many people have assembled for this concert? Memorial concert? How many people round the world watching? Devata is God. Football player, God. Children are initiated to collecting photos of the football player, collecting the photos of the baseball player. The same child who give the God's photo, he doesn't even know. There was one country I went with a family. I'm telling you a true story. I was there, happened to be there, and the mother wanted to impress me by telling how the children she is trying to expose to this knowledge. Some tradition, trying her best. And this youngest one, 7-year-old, there are 2 elder ones, you can't ask them question because they are no more available for questioning. But this younger one is a forced, sort of a, he's forced to be sitting down there. And then he asked, showed him the Krishna's photo. Who is this? You know what he said? Baby. One nice baby. Right. Then he shows Hanuman's photo. Hanuman. Who is this? Monkey. I'm not telling you a joke. But if you show him the photo of the football player, every fellow he can name. Basketball, baseball player, everybody he can name. A Formula 1 driver, everybody he can name. Himself cannot. Why? Propaganda machine working overtime. It's like some type of people, they engage in religious propaganda, evangelizing. Same thing also, secular propaganda. Between the obsession with secular and religious, individual is sacrificed. Person doesn't know anything about himself. So taitai aparuta jnana, prapadyante anya devataha, they worship. What do? Think of an addict. Please see that life. Think of an addict. What do? Early morning, what do you think of? You plan for your evening session of drink from the early morning itself. So all the work will be moving around that evening session. Suppose you are obsessed with a man or woman. Think, you are obsessed with a man or woman. What is that you are thinking of? Akhanda vritti. Undivided attention on that. Oh, that girl, that boy, that is all going on in the background. Outside you are talking, but inside, why? Devotion, complete. And if that girl says yes, that boy says yes, divine in the hand. Suppose she says, get lost, or he says, who you think you are? Swamiji, my world collapsed. What happened to your world? My world collapsed. What? I don't know. God is very unjust. True. Why? Because you made the other fellow God, so God must be unjust. Who is controlling your life? The person cannot. Think of it. Anything. Some person smoking, continuous Agnihotra. Continuous Agnihotra, fire ritual. Then it will allow in the hand also to burn. But that must be held. Style, Continuous Agnihotra. Some people like cows. Continuous munching. What is that? What is that one? That chewing gum. Chewing gum. In Singapore, the government has banned it. If you put that damn thing, stupid thing in your head, in your face, you will be arrested. If you paste it somewhere, whip. Some people chewing gum, some people panparag. Emitting the fragrance everywhere, the stink. The person cannot keep quiet. Devotee. They are all devotees. Bhakta, no, are you getting it? It's not a joke, don't worry. It's not a joke. Just like the person, a devotee carries the photo of the God in his purse. You carry the bottle in your bag, you don't have the pan parag in your bag, you carry the, what is that, cigarette in your bag, and special packet. Very special packet, nicely kept together. Don't disturb the baby. A very precious one. Before you pack anything, that has gone into the special corner. And easily reached also, easily reachable. Anytime you want a bidi, you know what the bidi is. But purse, I don't know. Bidi, oh. Why? Total devotion. Devata, understand? This is Devata. No, you don't understand. You may laugh, but please, this is the principle. Each one is a Devata. How this ordinary person tells to a rich man or a person who helps him, "Aap to mera maa baap hai, aap mera Bhagwan hi hai. You are my God." Why? Because you help me. He said, "I don't know any God. When I want, you are there to help me. You are my God. When I am miserable, hey movie, you are the God because you give me relief. Oh food, you are my God because you give me relief. Whoever gives you relief, he becomes your God. And you are totally devoted to the object. So when your mind is full of such obsessions, where is the space for yourself? And therefore the real truth, the God. You have chosen wrong things. The bidi doesn't demand you to suck it. The cigarette doesn't demand you to smoke it. The bottles do not demand to be taken home. Did it ever happen? You are walking down the street and suddenly bottles calls you. "Hey, take me home, man. Take me home. I'm suffocated in the shop. Take me home." Anywhere? Did the car call you? As you are walking down, the car comes out, puts you in the car and move, drive to the house. Anybody? Everything, little thing in your house, you have brought it. And that's what exactly means you create your own problems. Every object that comes to your home, you bring it home. Every problem you create in your head, you bring it to your head. Or you allow it to be getting into your head. If you don't allow, no force in the world can touch you. Think. That is why it's high time you stop blaming people or some unknown divine. You take 100%, not 100%, 200% responsibility for your misery. And don't say, "That fellow cheated me." You should have understood that person will cheat you. "Oh, Swamiji, I was thinking this food is going to give me health." Why should you think the food is going to give you health? The food can give you disease also if you overeat. It's there, the principle is there. You should see for yourself. That man said he will give me company for the rest of my life. Now I am here, he is gone. That is how it's supposed to be. It dropped dead. Can anybody promise you, "I shall be with you for all times to come"? Don't say body cheats you. You have wrong expectation from the body. Don't say objects cheat you. You have wrong expectation from the object. That is why your devotion gets shattered. Objects go away. You are helpless. Prapadyante anya devata. Tam niyamamasthaya prakrutya niyata swaya. Swaya prakrutya, by his own nature, niyamam tam niyamamasthaya. He follows the ways, paths, steps to worship that deity. You spend your time, maximum time in your devotion. Take that in your life, you shall see. Whatever you are obsessed with, your entire day goes around that object. Think, you have no time for anything. Where is the time for contemplation? Where is the time for your contemplation? If you are contemplating on the girl you are obsessed with, the boy you are obsessed with, the money you are obsessed with, the food you are obsessed with, the habits that you are obsessed with, your God takes over. Think of it. And step by step also, you know exactly how to get it. Everything, just like a puja, a ritual, has step by step. Avahanam, sansthapanam, snanam, then all your vastram, you invoke the god, put them there, give them a bath, give them the clothes, give them the food, give them the fan, make them to sleep, then tell him to go, dhyanam, like that. You invoke a love and affection. It doesn't start for everybody, you know. You invoke. First place, you get hooked. Unless you invoke it, the object will not be attractive. Don't worry. No object will be attractive until you invoke that attraction. Why is that everybody is not attracted by same person or same object? Think. Why is it? If the flaw is with the object, oh, cigarette is very addictive, then how come cigarette everybody doesn't smoke? You have made yourself an addict for this cigarette or for anything. Same thing for a person. Do not ever try to shrug off your responsibility. Don't pass on the buck. What can I do? Oh, you're such an innocent fellow. You are the number one criminal. Are you getting that? Watch it. The more you discover, what a relief. Whew. Why do you know why? Easy to grasp it. As long as you hold other people responsible, you shall be going on trying to change them. Trying to change somebody, next to impossible. But when you say, you are the one responsible, changes take place just like that. Oh, I am the one stupid. True, I am the stupid. Oh my God. Food doesn't make me fat. Eating makes me fat. I don't eat. Finished. If you hold food responsible, you'll be hanging around the food. Food makes you fat or eating makes you fat. Can we say no food should be there? Then you will die. Food should be there. Manage your eating. Don't say money is bad. Money doesn't take you to pub. You take the money to the pub. Understand? Manage your money. Manage your body. Manage everything. And in order to do that, you must know yourself. Instead of being aware of yourself, and devotee of the God, the absolute consciousness, all-pervasive, now you are a devotee of now you have forgotten yourself who you are, and you have a devotee of Anya Devata. What is that Devata? A sound. Worship the sound system. Worship the one who gives you touch, man or woman, or a nice bedspread, whatever gives you nice touch, or nice sight. Worship the sight. Worship a taste, worship a smell, You're the fan of this particular perfume. Some people purchase, like some children purchase Barbie doll. Every Barbie doll comes to their street, it must be in their house. Understand? Sound, taste, smell. Please look at yourself. What is your devotion? This is Anya Devata Bhakta. Niyama Mastaya. Oh, it has got all a niyama. Step by step, obsession. You come to know about it, then get it, then keep it, and also protect it in very nicely. You fall in love with the object, then you go on thinking about it. You have a secret place, sacred place inside you. Nobody must touch it, nobody must know it, right? Will you like to tell about your weakness to anybody? Come on. Will you like to tell about your weakness to anybody? Sneaking into temple and coming away. You sneak into your habit and come away. Don't tell anybody. Why? You will be humiliated. Hey, how can you do that? What do you see in that object? My habits are personal. This is my private affair. So sorrow must be your private sorrow. Why are you displaying it? If that is your private obsession, then your sorrow must be also private obsession, private sorrow. Why are you displaying your sorrow? Understand? Weakness. Such people. Yo, yam, tanum bhakta, sraddhaya architumicchati. Yah, whoever he may be. Yam, tanum bhakta. Sraddhaya architumicchati. Whatever they want to worship with Shraddha. Worship with Shraddha means suddenly you think language of worship, same thing. You want to hold on to something with all your Shraddha. That is why you can see people obsessed with something, they don't go to a temple. Not that therefore temple is wonderful. Some people are obsessed with a cigarette, some people are obsessed with singing, some people are obsessed with a God. That is why people religious obsession also dangerous. Obsessed with job, you have no time for anybody. Some people obsessed with the temple have no time for anybody. If they don't go to, somebody doesn't go to a particular restaurant or a pub or a friend or something, he feels restless. This person doesn't go to that place, also feels restless. Equally angry, equally upset. When you get angry because you cannot go to temple, your children protest. They don't like it. Why? Because he wants to go to football field. Now when that child is obsessed with going to the football field, please understand, when he wants to get obsessed with going to the football field, what do you say? You are angry because you don't like him to go, because you don't like him to go there and not to come here. Who is comfortable where? Think. And every one of things is a fantastic ritual. Football game, what a fabulous ritual, think of it. What a great ritual it is. You think modern, whether it is an Olympics, whether it is Wimbledon, whether it is French Open, all these things that you see everywhere all the time, think of it. How much arrangement goes towards the celebration? Every detail is taken into account. Ritualistic principle. Have you seen that Wimbledon? The moment it is over, no time for even the player to celebrate or to be miserable. Immediately the girls, the boys, the ball boys will come and stand up. Now comes the Duke of Kent, comes in, everybody comes in, give the prize, everything, over. 10 minutes, whole thing is closed. The whole thing opens up, whole thing closes down. Ritual. Think, one step shall not miss. Same thing also in relation to yourself. Drinking. It's a ritual. Food eating, ritual. Go to a 5-star hotel and restaurant. It is more ritualistic than a ritual. What way the napkins should be placed, what way the plate should be placed, what the cutlery must be, everything, spoon, fork, where it should be kept, everything as it is. Absolutely beautiful. Understand? Please see that. We have replaced a God, we have not displaced him. Replaced one God with lesser things in our life. Just even you go to communism, you shall see that. What is the communist? One who doesn't believe in God. It doesn't believe in God. State is the God. Communist manifesto is the Vedas. And the leaders are the high priests. Money is the God. Economics is Vedas. Capitalists are the high priests. Everywhere. You have reduced that absolute to a relative identity. That is why yam tanum bhakta sraddhaya archita, whatever you want to do. Bhagavan says, tasya achalam sraddha tameva vidadamyam. He gets that sraddha from me only. Meaning, consciousness, that is, it all comes from within. Everything it comes from. It can be an object or it can be gods. Think of it. Different types of deities. It's not previously we are thinking of only religious deities. Oh, I worship this devata, that devata, Ganesha, or this or that or that or that. Nowadays, it has gone into many different things with same type of ritualistic perfection and total obsession. That is why person has no time. And if you are a perfect devotee, just like sometimes you get some siddhis, if you pursue your football, you pursue your tennis, you will also get siddhis, no problem. But what you will not get is the happiness, the truth, the freedom. Because you are not aware of yourself. Achalam suddham tameva vidadam. That is why many people, they die away with that obsession. Some with games, some with sound system, music, some with food, some with this, some with that. Different. That is my life profession. That is how people die away, without being aware of themselves. Sataya sraddhaya yukta tasya aradhanam iyate. Sraddhaya yukta tasya aradhanam iyate. He goes on worshipping. Iyate cheshtate. He does that worship. That Shraddhaya Yukta with that Shraddha, that this will give me pleasure. Now ask yourself a question. What is your deity? What is your God? What is that object which attracts you? Ask yourself. You shall choose your God. Ask yourself, when you sit down, what is that attracts you? Is it a sound, a touch, a taste, a smell, a sight, a man, a woman? A sensation, power, position? Whatever comes up, that's your deity. You have to fight out. That is why what happens is, listen carefully. When you see Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, or a particular statue of any god as a god, and these things are all object, then you have to fight inside, conflict, whether I shall think of Krishna's face or the person whom I am obsessed with. Guilt comes from, I am supposed to think of Krishna, but this Krishnan comes to the face or Krishna Veni comes to the face. Deliberate joke, huh? Think. You want Krishna. You want the God. But the man, oh boy. Or the woman. Please see, this is, if you really understand it, you can see your practical difficulty. Why you cannot be with it? Because where is your love? Where is your focus? You sit down there and what do you think of it? Oh, I feel like taking a cigarette. I think I have to sit down in this meditation for 1 hour. Swamiji is really very insensitive. Early morning unnecessarily bothering us, you know. Cheh, when is the class going to open? Okay, 10 minutes. Okay. Now I know. Already mentally prepared. I have kept it. The moment I go. What meditation you do? You are planning. That is why what happens? After half an hour 45 meditation, you get up just like that and run for means what? You have been planning inside your head. Can you get out from a deep sleep and run? Come and try. Can you get out from your deep sleep and run? You cannot. When you are sleeping, deep sleep, get up. Then you take some time to get out of it. Why? It is so comforting, so nice. 1 hour, 2 hours, sometimes Saturday, Sunday, 4 hours. On the same bed, 6 o'clock you wake up, 10 o'clock you get up. Why? It's beautiful. Sleep, meditation, if you are really sitting down. Can you get up? Get up. Huh? Why do you get up? Because thought is there. I am waiting. What is that? Oh, hurry. That must be done. It must be done. That has to be done. Before even open the eyes, up, running. Shows the restlessness. Why? Your Devata is different. You don't choose yourself. Your Devata is somewhere sitting there. It can in the form of a cigarette, bidi, panparag, food, clothes, dress, a person, a situation, something somewhere. heavy attraction. Therefore, no attraction inside. You open your eye, restless and move. That's what he says. Achala sraddha. Lavate cha tatah kaman. Taiva vihitanitan. Tan vihitan kaman. Whatever things he is obsessed with, when he goes on meditating on it, thinking over it, he gets it. Tan lavate. He gets it. He may not get it also, but if he doesn't get it, he is totally disappointed. But if he gets it, until he gets it, the person works for it. He doesn't understand. What you get is the object, not the happiness. After you get the object, then it dawns. Oh, does not make me fulfilled. Why? It gave you the object. When you get a gold, you get gold, not a happiness. That is why you were previously unhappy without it. Now you are unhappy with it. Lack of education doesn't solve the problem. Education doesn't solve it either. Solve certain problems, create certain other problems. That is why knowing about yourself is so important. Why should I do that? Because just read it, we shall see tomorrow. Because if this you hold on, this type of obsession, puja, holding on to this type of gods, ask yourself, whose devotee you are? Devotee of your sensation, devotee of an object, devotee of yourself. Do you know who you are? When you are in love with yourself. And this puja is all come later on. No steps required. Nehabhi kramanasosti pratyavayo na vidyate. Second chapter you saw that. In this knowledge, abhikramanasana asti. There is no step by step, missing a step. To be yourself, what step you should take? Understand, to produce a sound, there are steps. What is music? You have to write the music. What is writing the music? Build up, build up, build up, build up, build up. Can you write silence? Any time. To be yourself, what are the steps? But to be engineer, steps are to be taken. School, +2, mathematics, selection, engineer. To anything, there are steps. To be yourself, understand, please. Ask yourself questions. It's difficult, not because the subject is difficult, but you do not choose. That is why this knowledge must be spread so well, so the person at least knows that he can make a choice. For most people, even that is not available. That is why helplessly ignorant and continue with suffering. Such people will be miserable. Why? Read. Antavattu phalam tesham tadvavatyalpamedhasam devan devayajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. We shall see tomorrow. Antavattu, this type of obsession will have a limited result. They shall never be happy in life because it begins, ends. Your obsession begins, ends. Ask yourself, how many times, how many things you have been obsessed with in life, from childhood until now. One after another, things have dropped out. That should give you the perception, insight. Where is the stability? Therefore, you drop all the false gods. Whatever your obsession, you hold on to yourself. Absolute. We'll see that tomorrow morning. Close your eyes. You can make use of everything. Use a car, use a house, use everything. Don't say useless, education is useless. So, lack of education is fantastic. No. Health doesn't solve the problem. So, disease you should be. No. Be healthy, but happy. Poverty doesn't solve the problem. Prosperity doesn't solve either. Be happy. Choose to be prosperous. You don't have to work for poverty. You don't do anything, poverty will come. To be a failure, what should you do? To success, you must do something. But happily do. So that happy with yourself, everything also is beautiful. You are the master walking this earth. We shall see tomorrow. Close your eyes, please. Thank you, friend.